Yeah, thanks, PK. Thanks, everybody, for being here today on such a beautiful Chicago day. Greatly appreciate it. And a big shout-out to our fans, especially the students that were able to brave the elements. It was not a country club day, to say the least. So to see anybody that can make it out today, you're a diehard Wildcat, and we appreciate your support, and we can't thank you enough. Similar statement for our seniors, to send them off out of Ryan Field here in their last game, with a dominant performance was just a great exclamation point to just an unbelievable group. I could go through each guy. I think that would diminish the group. But just so thankful for them, especially here on Thanksgiving week, and so thankful for their families. Just spectacular careers for that entire group, and then to be able to get a lot of those guys into the game today was something that was really special. Neat little tradition that we do after the last game. We have the picture not only with our senior football players, with our senior students, and that was a lot of fun to be able to do that. But really proud of our guys. We were out all week. We knew today would be a tough guy day. Today was going to be a Chicago blue-collar day that you just had to show up and impose your will, and I thought we dominated. I thought it was a dominant performance on the line of scrimmage. I thought our guys embraced from the minute we walked in the building today all the way through the end of the game, embraced the elements, embraced the opportunity, and sent our seniors out with an exclamation point. First and foremost, we did it with an attitude. Second of all, we did it physically. And I thought our guys really imposed their will. We got a lot of guys into the game, which was really neat and a lot of fun to do. Anytime you can do that in a Big Ten game, it's special. But I'm incredibly proud of our guys, especially our seniors, on a dominant performance. So with that, how about some questions, please?
You mentioned the elements. On a day like today, how nice is it to have someone like Justin Jackson you can fall back on and rely on?
Well, you think about his career and the milestones that he set today. I'm not. I'll probably be more versed on all that on Monday, but there's very few men that have had 1,000 yards 4 straight years. Very few men that have gone over 5,000 yards for a career. He's put himself into a rare position from a standpoint of a career that he's a once in a coaching lifetime type of young man. He's a terrific leader. He's got an amazing work ethic. And what you see on Saturday is a byproduct of his preparation. He's done it since the minute he got here. I mean, you got to give amazing credit to his family, Ryan Wilkins, everybody at Glenbard North that prepared him to be here. And he's taken and run with it. And to see the career that he's had is, again, I don't know if I have the privilege to coach another one specific young man as special as Justin.
If it's 6 in a row, does the last loss seem like a long time ago? Is this as good as you've had it rolling here in a while? Do you even pay attention to a streak like that?
Yeah, David, I haven't put a whole lot of thought into it because each game has been unique in its own specific challenge. The last 2 games we're playing teams that are fighting for bowl eligibility, and we know we're going to get their best shot. You go to Lincoln, you got to play in front of 90,000. You play 2, I think, really good football teams in Michigan State and Iowa back-to-back. I think our guys have just been really focused on kind of that overall philosophy that we have to go 1-0. And it's up there on your guys' left, the consistent preparation for victory, on that board over there. It's our #1 objective each week. And I think that that's really difficult for this age group. And to handle the way things didn't go the way we wanted it to at the beginning, I think to shut the noise off from a negativity standpoint, I think they've had the same type of discipline to shut the positive, kind of bandwagon stuff that you get when you have 6 straight wins. So I think they've just been focused in that process of getting ready. And, to see the way we dominated today in the elements, I think is a statement about our seniors. I think a statement about our leadership. And I think a statement about the character of our squad. I don't think we flinched all year. Maybe we haven't played well. Maybe we haven't coached well, but we haven't flinched. And today, it was just a dominant performance. And it started up front on both sides of the ball.
Fitz, how far in advance of the game did you know that the weather was going to be like this, and how much of your game plan did you have to change as a result?
Yeah, if you ask our coaches, I'm a freak about it. Yeah, I check it when I get up in the morning before I brush my teeth. I take a look at it again at lunch just because I want to get our guys prepared. I mean, if I'm going to say this is what's important to us, the way that we prepare, right, the process that we prepare, then I've got to make sure I give our guys every opportunity for that. sometimes you get lucky like we did this week. The Chicago weather, I think, really prepared us. I mean, we were out every day this week. We were out Wednesday. It was nasty. And I thought if we could have played Wednesday, we would have put 80 on the board. And that was no disrespect to Minnesota, but the way that they came out to practice on Wednesday morning, it was cold, it was nasty, it was raining. It was like a bunch of 8-year-olds out jumping in puddles at a youth football practice on Wednesday. And their attitude was phenomenal. It was the same way. I was actually a couple seconds late to getting out when we do our early warm-up. And I got out on the field for our early warm-up, and the guys were just embracing the suck. I mean, it was awesome. I mean, they were just jumping around, going nuts, and our strength coaches do a great job. Jay Hooten and his staff getting the juice going, but our guys embraced it, and then we came out as a full squad. And, I mean, I don't know if you guys could tell from where you were at, but there was no doubt our guys really embraced it. And you have to in days like today because it goes the other way if you don't. So I thought our guys did a great job with it.
Coach, 2 questions about the running game. One, seemed like the offensive line pretty much controlled the game. For a unit that I think took some heat early in the fall, what does it say about how far they've come for a game like this?
Yeah, I think they've worked really hard. I think that they've improved. They've gotten better. I think each team is different, and even if you're coming back, I mean, just because you played the year before, the next year is a totally different scenario. And, we didn't play well down in Durham, and then I thought we played poorly in 2 quarters against Penn State and a quarter against Wisconsin. Outside of that, I think we fought pretty hard up front every game. And I think that group has worked really hard to improve and get better.
And also, with regard to Justin running the ball, in the first half, he ran the ball more times than Minnesota ran plays. How fitting is it for a guy who's had all these carries over the course of his career to go out in a game where he runs the ball 31 times?
Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't know that. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty neat. It's a pretty cool little factoid. The superlatives are endless with Justin. I mean, he's going to be a once in a coaching lifetime type of guy. Just feel fortunate and blessed that he picked us.
It's the double tight end trapping, pulling. Was that a function of the weather? Is that something you saw on film? And then why was it so effective?
Yeah, base offense today. Today was a base offense day. We talked after the one series. We got the ball to 50, and we threw it a couple times, just try to get him off balance. And Mick just goes, "All right, that's done." And I just laughed, just like I did. I said, "Yeah, I think we're done probably throwing unless we have to." And that had nothing to do with Clayton. It just was catching a snap was hard enough as it is. And I thought it looked like again. We were 9 of 13. I don't know if there were any drops. Were there? Didn't really look like it. I mean, I just think we had a couple of sacks, and then we had the one throw that kind of slipped out of Clayton's hand and went down. The rest of the day, it looked like we caught it fairly well. I thought our center quarterback exchanges, not only in the gun but also under center, in elements like today, looked really. A couple were high, but you'd rather have it high than on the ground. And then same thing with our snapping. That was Tyler's first time in this type of weather as our short snapper and long snapper, and I thought he handled it really well. But no, base offense day. Today was base offense day.
Who's the one who said that's what we're done with that?
Mick.
Oh.
Yeah.
Defensively, you get a shutout, 5 turnovers, I think 6 sacks. Maybe you can, what were your thoughts on just the tone defensively you set, and maybe how far that unit's come, or just the strides that unit's taken?
Yeah, Shannon. I think from a standpoint of our defense, we've been really solid all year, playing really solid team defense. We had a couple plays that popped today that we'll take a look and see why we gave up some explosive runs. We're usually pretty good with that. But it starts up front. I think that defensive line, Shannon's been really our hardest working group, our most consistent group all year long. We're playing, today skews it a little bit, but we're playing about 8 to 10 guys in the rotation. We're playing a lot of young guys up there. Tyler Lancaster's performance over his career speaks for itself too. It starts with the big fella, and then with Jordan, and then the guys as we get going in the rotation. And I think Marty Long's done a great job with that group. We were able to keep it inside. Tough day to throw. They ran a couple of double moves. That's when we got some picks. And they're trying to make some plays, and they're down a handful of scores. I think those were good decisions by them. I'm coaching that team. You probably got to try to make a play. And we were fortunate enough on our end to end up catching the ball. So I thought, our couple picks, man, those were great catches in that weather. It's great.
Coach, with the way a lot of these games this season have gone, how nice was it to have that 32-point lead heading into the fourth quarter and kind of just coast in to the end of the game?
Yeah, I don't know about that coast thing. You're trying to get different guys in the field, different rotations. Maybe it was a coaster for you on the boundary. Those games are more chaotic. You might be shocked, but we're trying to make sure, number one, and I hope we did a great job with this, trying to get every guy that was eligible to play, get them somehow, some way into the game. And if we didn't, I'll be the first to apologize to that young man and his family. That's really important to me, especially for a lot of our guys that walk on, that sacrifice greatly to be a part of our program. The least we could do is try to get him into the game in a situation like today. Second of all, we made a decision going into the third quarter. We're going to give them the wind. So we knew how important the third quarter would be defensively. We had a 3-score lead or 4-score lead and felt like the win in the fourth quarter, even if it went 3 and out every series, it would be really hard for them to drive into those elements. So just an overall really dominant team performance today.
So this whole thing about embracing the elements, what's the deal with your strength coach in short sleeves? Players seem to feed off that.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Maine South guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Park Ridge. Yeah. Alex Spanos.
Okay.
Yeah.
How important are things like that? The camaraderie, because it seemed like they really got a kick out of that.
Yeah, David. You should come here on Monday morning. You got to see him publicly today. You should see him behind closed doors. That's our secret sauce. Jay Hoot and I said it, and we had our town hall meeting on Thursday. And we've set 30-plus PRs, personal records, in the weight room this week. This week. The guys have been getting after it in the weight room. That group of 5, Lucius and Joe and Alex and Matt and Jay, and we're only allowed 5 by the NCAA. That group is our secret sauce. They're the best in the country. Number one, because they're fully integrated with our staff. They're fully integrated with our athletic training staff. They invest so greatly to improve and develop our guys, and we're a developmental program. And it takes a plan, it then takes enacting the plan, and getting the guys to buy in. And Jay's the leader of it, and he does a great job with it. And those other 4 guys are 4 pretty special guys.
Hey, Coach. Justin had, I think it was 136 at halftime. Were you even aware of that? And was it like an intentional point to try to get him the record at home? Were you giving them the ball when maybe you wouldn't normally?
Yeah, Louis, not at halftime for me. Again, I'm a little bit more focused in the kick game adjustments that we wanted to get made, maybe some personnel adjustments that we wanted to get made. So kind of O&D are going. I'm in between those meetings, and then, once I get done with that, then I'm really focused in the kick game. And I think it was probably midway through the third quarter, Matt McPherson grabbed me and said, "Hey, I want to check on some things." That's why he's a running back coach. So I said, "Great, let's figure out where he's at, and then once we got where we want him to be, let's get him out and get a park on him and get him ready for rivalry week." So.
Coach, this is the second year in a row you've gotten to see a PGA Fleck coach team here at Ryan Field. Last year, obviously, with Western Michigan. Did having him coach again this year play at all into your preparation, knowing that he might bring some of his schemes back at Western Michigan over to Minnesota? Yeah,
if we played him early in the year, we probably would have had to revert back to, everything they did a year ago and our prep that we had for them in the opener. But with, what are we in now, week 11? We've got a lot of empirical data on how they were going to use their personnel. And like everybody, they've got some injuries in some places. And so, how they would adjust and what they would do differently today was specifically what we were focused on in game. But getting ready for the game was more based on, what we had seen through the previous 10 weeks, 11 weeks as we got ready for today. Yeah.
I have 2 things. How big was Nate Hall today? He had 2.5 sacks and interception, fumble recovery.
Shannon, he's been outstanding all year. He's had a great season. I think that group of 3 has been as solid as a group. And we've had some pretty special linebackers in my time. Hall has been outstanding. He's a complete linebacker. He's long. He can run. He's physical. He's got great hands. He's got a high football IQ. Patty Fisher's having a spectacular rookie campaign. as a redshirt freshman to play the way that he's playing. He's wise beyond his years. And I've talked at length about the preparation that Coach Joseph and everybody at Katy High School gave him. That's a dominant high school program. And Patty came in ready to go mentally. He's worked really hard physically and then learned our system and has done a great job. But the guy I'm probably most proud of is Brett Walsh. A senior that he's battled through a lot throughout his whole career. He's been banged up at times this year. He's done just an absolutely phenomenal job leading that group, because, our only other senior in there is Warren, and that's a positional move for Warren. It's been hard. We've had him more as a boutique kind of linebacker. We've put him in different spots. Warren's been a really dominant special teams player for us. But Brett, from a senior leader standpoint, has been phenomenal. And, just really thankful for that group.
I'm curious about your weather obsession too. You have a special app or Tom Skilling guy?
Yeah, I'm a big Skilling fan. Yeah, no, I always have been. Stacy I'd go to bed. Tom Skilling gives a 7-day update. I'm like, all right, I'm out. And 2 minutes later, I'm snoring. I'm getting elbowed. So I'm just a weather.com guy. Keep it pretty simple. It's usually been pretty accurate.
Elements notwithstanding, what do you think goes into bottling up a run game and a quarterback that went for 180 yards on the ground last week?
Very different scheme. First of all, we're very different than what they saw a week ago. I think fundamentally, we're not a real sexy scheme team. We don't do a million things, but what we do fundamentally, I think gives us an edge. We spend so much time on the little things. Playing with your feet apart, playing with your hands, being gap sound, understanding where your help is, understanding how to properly separate and shed a block. When we do make formation adjustments, why are we doing it? Where's the weakness? Where's the strength? And then I think we tackle really well. I think we work at it every day. We work at it every day in the off season with the footwork mechanics of it. And we pride ourselves in being a very fundamentally sound defense that's going to make you earn everything. And, a day like today, it was, the elements were kind of like our 12th defender. And, I think we played to that, and I think we played to our strengths.
What would it take to get you to wear a short sleeve shirt in the snow on the sideline for a game?
No. No, I was plenty warm. No, I learned from the best and walk. Randy, he may have looked all Madden at times, with wearing maybe just a light pullover, but he had like 17 layers on underneath. He used to wrap his feet up in Ziploc bags and stuff like that. I didn't go to that extreme today, but I was. There were times when I was thinking about taking some layers off. I was too warm. So appreciate Mike Valentine and Curtis Shaner, our longtime equipment manager, Eric Jackson, our assistant equipment guys. They had our guys well equipped and ready to rock, and I thought the field held up for as much nasty as we had. The field held up, really well all year. So it was great to see.
Do you remember the last time Northwestern won 6 in a row?
I don't know. When's the last time we won 10 games? I don't know. Did we win it? 96. Oh, it's too many moons ago. Yeah. Well, I just remember that year, the game we lost, David. So that thing still ticks me off, to be quite honest with you, in Big Ten play, because we didn't play very well on the road in that game. But I think our guys have confidence right now. I think this is a byproduct of our preparation. This is not some all of a sudden Houdini trick play, offense, defense, kick game. This is just blue collar Chicago football. I think we're running the ball. I think we're stopping a run. I think our quarterback is being efficient. I think our young receivers are growing up. We've had a lot of injuries in the secondary, and we've had guys step up. We're playing 25 first-time players between redshirt freshmen and true freshmen. This is a young squad, even though we've got some high-profile experience. This is a very young squad, and I think they're really growing up and understanding that process to become a dominant football team. And I thought today, I should say, was our most dominant performance in a while.
Got time for 2 more. On the issue of layers, I kind of see with like assistant coaches that are moving around, not having as many layers, but it seemed like Jim Phillips wasn't wearing a jacket, which he never does. What do you make of
Tough guy day. Yeah, today was a tough guy day. Tough guy. Yeah, I'm not an all Madden guy. You go back and watch the video. I had long sleeves on when it was cold. I was not going to be a tough guy. I'm going to be a warm guy. So I was very happy. Anything else? Yeah, Louis.
Extra points, a bit of an adventure today. You got that one block, then you went to going for two and failed a couple of times, then you went back to kicking. What was the thought process behind that whole thing?
It looked like we gave up some push on a high snap on the one that got blocked. I don't think that was Charlie's fault. So now we're in, what are we up, 19-0? Yeah, so let's go for two, right? That's a no-brainer. Then we're up 25. Let's go for two. That's a no-brainer. And yeah, we weren't very happy with the way we executed. I think we had the one guy open, the ball got tipped in the one. Then I think we overthought the first one. I thought we overthought it. I liked our call, and then we kind of felt like maybe they saw our formation, and I thought we overthought it. And then after that, I think the next touchdown put us up 31. Right? Yeah, I think that's right. I'm just trying. I don't know, something like that. So now. Extra point makes it a four, touchdown, 2 points, 4-score game. No, I'm not just playing, tiddlywinks and rock, paper, scissors, go for two, Yeah. I'm not being a smart aleck, but no. We got charts on all that. I got a staff member. I'm talking through all those things. Oh no. We knew at 19. Mick knew when we started the drive. Mick already knew we're going for two. The next drive when we started, that's my job on game day is all those little things that happen is to take that off both coordinators' plates and manage it and just give them, in advance, hey, we're going here. For example, go fourth down. I'm not telling Mick on third down we're going for it. Those are all thought out processes that we have that we go throughout the whole week. And then we go through the ebb and flow of the game to make those decisions. So the go for two had nothing to do with the one being blocked. It's just that the point total put us into that go for two mindset. And, we're talking about it after every score to make sure we don't leave opportunity for your opponent to get back into it. It was going to have to be, you're up 32. That's 4 scores, 4 2-point conversions. The analytics, we lose that game. I don't know about that. And I've been a part of some crazy ones, so I'm never going to take anything for granted.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks a lot. Happy Thanksgiving. All right, go Cats.